beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly and it's really lovely to see you today. So today I thought we would talk about something that made me struggle when I first got into the vintage community, and that's my hair. I had long hair always. So I cut my hair really short and I loved it, and I got loads of confidence from cutting my hair. I never liked my hair long, it never really suited me, I wasn't a big fan of it, and so cutting my hair I just really felt so much more beautiful, so much more myself. And then I joined the vintage community. I wanted to dress in vintage clothes, vintage style every day. And I've been doing that now for a couple of years and I do share a lot about it on here. But one thing I haven't really talked about is the fact that having short hair is really unusual in the vintage community. Most people have, you know, the typical hair down to here and then they curl it every night when they go to sleep and then brush it all out and do these fancy hairdos, and I just look at them and think, oh, you're all so pretty. But even at one point I was like, shall I grow my hair out? Do I? I don't like my hair long, but should I grow it out? Should I? And this is me kind of talking about how you don't have to follow the crowd to be a part of the crowd. You don't have to compare yourself to other people all the time to be happy with who you are. Because when I started doing some research and started thinking about it, I was like, I've seen lots of actresses actually with short hair back in the day, back in old films. Short hair was really cool in the late 50s, early 60s especially. It was like really trendy and everybody had their hair cut short. Twiggy came out and everybody cut their hair off, apparently, from what I can tell. Like, it was like the big thing was to cut your hair. And I'm just going to talk about 5 actresses that really helped me feel like, you know what, I'm in that community too. It's okay. I can be with the cool kids because, yeah, it's canon. Women had short hair back in the day as well. So we're going to talk about 5 of my favourite gals from back then. So first of all, I want to talk about Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn was somebody who, although she had long hair, she always had it up in a ponytail or up in some kind of wrap or something. She very rarely had her hair down. In fact, when I see pictures of her with her hair down, it's like something doesn't look quite right, and I'm always a bit like, you had long hair. I forget that. Because her hair looked like mine. She had a fringe, and then her fringe was shorter though, and then her longer hair at the side she would clip up out of the way, and there's loads of pictures. If I can find some nice ones I will put them in this sort of an area. But she's somebody who is the epitome of glamour and femininity. Everybody loves Audrey because she was just so beautiful. She was an incredible actress and she really made her mark in the industry. And when I look at pictures of her with short hair, it's total hair goals. That's just, her hair like looks very similar to mine, very dark and very fine hair. So when I see it short, I'm just like, I'm going to take this picture with me to the hairdressers every time because she just looks so beautiful with short hair. The longer hair, she had such fine features that I think when her hair was down and long, it kind of hid her features a bit or kind of swamped them. I think that's kind of what my problem is with having long hair, is that it just kind of makes me look like I'm just hair, and it's hard to explain, but it's probably in my mind. But I never really liked myself with long hair, and Audrey just looks so beautiful, and so it kind of reassures me that no, it's still feminine. That's still something that women thought was beautiful back then. And yeah, I've got short hair, and that's cool. I can be in the club. I can join them. It makes me feel really cool. That's something that very rarely happens, if ever, but sometimes. The next person I want to talk about is Marilyn Monroe, because when you think about it, Marilyn Monroe didn't really ever have long hair. She kind of, towards the end of her life, she kind of grew it into like a bob. But she always had the short curled hair. And so whenever I think about like who's this, like to me she's just the sexiest woman that could ever exist. She's so beautiful, so sexy, so vulnerable. She did so much in her life, and she just, I love her. I love Marilyn, I do. And so when I was thinking about women who've got short hair, Marilyn popped into my head, and I was like, oh yeah, she did always have short hair. Like, it's really, I think it's because she had it so curled that you kind of forget. I'm never very brave when it comes to my hair. I'm always like, just leave it how it is and it'll be fine. But other people do mad hairstyles, and I'm just so jealous of that. But I just never have been that sort of person. So short hair just really is something that suits me just fine, because I can get out of the shower and it dries. I don't blow dry it or anything. I don't put any styling stuff on it, and it's just on my head doing its thing. But I do often think to myself, shall I curl my hair? Would that look cool? Would that look cute like Marilyn's, or would it look really bad? It's one of those things where if you do it, then for the whole of that day you're stuck with your hair like that, and is it going to look terrible? That's always my fear. Maybe I will curl it one of these days. That's a bit scary, but if Marilyn can do it, why can't I? Because she's Marilyn, that's why. She's Marilyn. So next up is an actress that not many people know. When I say her name, Jean Seberg, most people don't know who she is. She was really big, although she was born in America, she was actually really big in French cinema. And I found her on Pinterest. I was literally looking for short, vintage style hair for women on Pinterest. That's where I find all my pictures for hair. And up pops Jean, and I was just like, who is this woman? She's so beautiful and so feminine, and her clothes were just gorgeous. I love her style. She just had this like flirty, laid back style to her that I don't know. I don't think I've seen anybody else be like that who's not French. It's just their thing. And she wasn't actually French. She just lived half of her life in France. But still, she picked up the style very well, and she just rocked her hair short. I often take her pictures to the hairdressers and say, can you do my hair like this? But she was just so beautiful, and I am planning on trying to find some of her films to watch, because I really, really want to know more about this woman. Like, who was she? What was she about? Like, she's my style icon, yet I don't really know a lot about her. That's really wrong, isn't it? I need to look her up. The next is one of my personal favourite actresses, and that's Juliet Prowse. She's a South African actress, but she was really, really famous for being in GI Blues alongside Elvis Presley. And she also starred with Frank Sinatra. She was a dancer, but I loved her because she was just beautiful. Like, I just look at her and I'm just like, who is this woman? She's gorgeous. And I, even as a little child, was like, I want to be like her when I grow up, because just seeing her dance, she was so, I don't know what it is, strong and fierce. Just such a badass woman. She just comes across as somebody you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of. Do you know what I mean? But oh my gosh, her hair was just so beautiful, and she always lit up the screen for me. I just think she's beautiful. So if you haven't seen Juliet Prowse in any of her films or dancing, go and look her up on YouTube, because she is an incredible dancer, and I love her energy, and her hair is just gorgeous. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want red hair? I always wanted red hair even when I was a kid. So it's really strange that one of my hair goals is Juliet Prowse. I suppose it makes sense. And the last person who makes me feel good about having short hair in the vintage community is Shirley Maclaine. Shirley Maclaine, I've loved my whole life. She used to hang out with the Rat Pack. She was one of these really ballsy women, even back in the day, who just seemed to not let anybody get away with things that she didn't agree with, and she would stand up for herself, and I always loved that. She was also really big into spirituality, and she's written several books about that. So I've always like admired her as a person, but now we're going to objectify her, because Shirley really rocked short hair for a long time, and she's one of those women who just pulled it off because she had this attitude of just like, this is me, and if you don't like it, it's tough. I don't care, because I'm me. And that kind of helps me get through when I'm trying to be on social media. I'm posting pictures and I'm doing things on YouTube, and I feel like, oh, I'm not growing fast enough, or I'm not doing this right, or, you know, I start to doubt myself. I think, what would Shirley Maclaine do? I need a t-shirt that says that. What would Shirley Maclaine do? Because she would just tell everyone to go away, but not in such nice terms. I don't think she'd put up with it. Not that I've had any hate or anything, but it's just that social pressure that you feel all the time, especially when you're trying to grow on Instagram and you're trying to get out there and do YouTube and be a blogger. It's so competitive, and I am not competitive at all. I'm not good in competition with other people. I tend to like back away and shy away from it. So when I'm constantly seeing pictures and little videos and things like videos like tips and tricks to do with your hair and how to curl your hair this way and how to do it that way, and I just think, oh my goodness, should I grow my hair? It's been something that I've like worried about. I've legitimately been like, I should do this, I should grow my hair. And then really when I started to kind of grow my hair out a little bit, I bought some things to curl my hair with, and I couldn't even manage to do 2 rollers, because holding my arms up, it was just so painful, and I was like, girl, you're disabled, this is gonna be pain, can you do it every day? And the answer is no. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could get a perm, but really, perm, I mean, who's had a perm recently? Nobody has perms. And so I'm like, but these 5 women really inspire me to see that I'm me, and I should be proud of who I am, and I should like myself for who I am, and I don't need to be comparing myself to other people. In my head, I just see them as these ballsy women who just did their own thing, and they, you know, does that make sense? And I really wanted to do this video just to say, like, anybody who's in the spotlight, anybody who's on YouTube now, it's really hard to grow, and it's really hard to get people to click that subscribe and to watch your videos. And you can start to doubt yourself, but don't ever doubt yourself. You are perfect exactly the way you are. And I like my short hair, and I'm going to rock my short hair always. I have been thinking about dyeing it, but I don't know what colour. Let me know down below if you think I should get some colour up in here, because my hair is just brown. I mean, I like my hair very much, but it's just brown. Maybe I could get some highlights or something. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments, because I love hearing what you guys have to say and chit-chatting back and forth with you guys. Is there anybody else from old Hollywood that you love who had short hair, who rocked it and made it look beautiful? Besides Twiggy. I think Twiggy's the first one who really made it fashionable. So she just gets into the Hall of Fame. You don't have to mention her. She's just there. Thank you so much for watching this video, my darlings. I'm sorry this is a little bit low energy. I've hurt my leg somehow. I think I might have dislocated and then popped back in. I don't know, but my leg is all swollen and very painful. And so I'm sat on the floor in pain right now. So I apologise if I'm a bit low energy. But that's life with chronic illnesses. You end up in pain quite a lot. But thank you for watching. I hope that you will leave a little like down there, and while you're leaving a like, why not hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays. I'm looking forward to doing the video for you for Friday, so I hope that you will come back and join me then. Have an amazing, amazing week ahead. I'm just going to rest for the rest of the week, I think. And I'll see you back here on Friday. Make sure that you're here. Make sure that you have a great week and that you make someone smile every single day. And I'll see you back here on Friday. Bye.